What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back again. And this time, I'm back with a Christian perspective on the Green Mile. Green Mile was an amazing movie. Man, this thing was packed full of every emotion you got. Stephen King is a wonderful writer, and Frank Darabont did a magnificent job adapting it and directing it on screen. This is one of them gut punches of a movie that leaves you with sadness yet filled with hope. There are marvelous pictures throughout this film that parallel to the scriptures. John Coffey's initials, JC. John kept saying,
"Your name is John Coffey."
"Yes, sir, boss. Like to drink, only not spelled the same."
To me, that reminds me of someone. I think the metaphor is held up even more, and some of you guys have actually helped me on this, and the fact that John Coffey is falsely accused. He's locked up for a crime that he didn't commit, and more astonishing is that he lived to heal and save people. He gave life rather than took it, and yet was still condemned to die. And it doesn't stop there either. The guards, they recognized John for who he was, an instrument of God.
On the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, and he asks me, why did I kill one of his true miracles?
They looked upon him and believed in him because of the things he did, the miracles he displayed. They knew he wasn't guilty because they knew him.
But I'd hate worse to have a dead child on my conscience.
I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I don't think he did it at all.
John told Paul, Tom Hanks' character, that he was tired of feeling the weight of all the evil in the world.
"I'm tired of all the pain I feel and hear in the world every day. It's like pieces of glass in my head all the time."
Man, what a tremendous burden. I think sometimes about my own failures and injustices that I've done and how it breaks my heart. And just think how John must have felt for all of the people around him's burdens, their evils. Oh man, I can't even imagine that. And it's so powerful, that scene with the scene with the guards bringing Coffee out and the crowd yells,
"You go on, kill a raping baby killer twice."
Does it hurt yet? I hope it does. I hope it hurts like hell.
I think it's powerful because we realize the blindness of the crowd. If only they knew who he was, they would never have done such a thing. The guards knew who John was, and I think their tears were not only because they were killing this wonderful man, but also because of the crowd hating him so much. The crowd actually thought he was guilty of the crime they said he committed, and they were hurt and wanted justice. And they knew justice wouldn't have been served this way. Yeah, I think there's a solid case that Stephen King was retelling the greatest story ever told. This story sounds like the story of Jesus, a man who walked this earth, healing, saving, and testifying of the truths of God, but was condemned for a crime he didn't commit: blasphemy. He was sentenced to death, and in his death he bore the weight of the sins of all of the earth, of every man, woman, and child, not just around him, but for all time. God poured out his wrath of sin upon him. But the difference between John Coffey and Jesus Christ is that through Jesus' death, our sins can be forgiven. And Christ was vindicated. He was shown to be falsely accused of blasphemy because he was raised from the dead to never die again. The tomb is empty. And what a time to talk about it, because Easter's coming up, man. It's a time of remembering and celebrating the tomb is empty. And like Paul, who was infected with life because he came in contact with John, if we believe in Jesus' sacrifice for our sins and resurrection for our lives, we will live forever. But that's not even what I really wanted to talk about from this movie. Man, I just thought it was pretty plain to see that from this story. What I wanted to talk about is the power of good company. And I think that it is the influences that are around us that make us better men, better women, better fathers, better mothers, better husbands and wives, sons and daughters. If we show each other the dignity and respect that is deserved regardless of who you are, because we are endowed with the image of God, then we become better people. Each of those inmates were respected, and they actually seemed to come out on the other side as better men than they were when they first went in. Dale even said,
"You're a good man, boss. You too, boss. I sure wish I could have met you guys someplace else.
Maybe things would have been if he were surrounded by the people that cared about him because he was a human being, regardless of his education, social status, or financial situation. And maybe if we look at people as God's image bearers, then we can have the unity with each other that seems to be lost these days. The Green Mile has definitely some great themes in it. Like I said, this movie hits a spectrum of emotion, man, and that's what makes it good. But if we can take from this movie something, let's first not be like the crowd. Get to know Jesus and find out for yourselves who he truly is, that you can have life in him. And second, let's be good to one another. Let's treat each other as the image bearers, the image bearing humans we are, and share in the beauty of our world together. Let me know what you thought about the movie in the comments, and if you agree on what I said about, or if you totally disagree about the movie. Man, let me know your opinion, man. I would love to find out what you think about the movie. And if you enjoyed this video, man, I would appreciate a like, a thumbs up. If it's your first time here, man, go ahead and check out some of my content. And if you like it, subscribe. And if you like Christian content, man, go ahead and hit up my other channel, man. I have a ton of stuff over there as well. Hey, I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. Thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next video.